All right, well, guys, welcome to my two-part series on scatter plots and correlation. Today we're talking about scatter plots, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Hink Pinks before, but what would you call a funny teacher? You know what a Hink Pink is? Funny teacher. A silly Lily. All right, that's my only thing at Lily today. I'm gonna be nice. He's subbing in for me. All right, so we are on chapter three. You guys should all have chapter three notes, and if you don't, demand them. Okay, demand them immediately. All right. So the very first thing we got to be talking about here is explanatory and response. And when we're talking about a scatter plot, I'm going to draw just something here, just in case we do struggle with this. Scatter plot looks like, all right, you got your x, right? Your x is down here, and you got your y, which is up here. Now, don't forget your x and your y, okay? And scatter plots are basically if you took a shotgun to this, you just went, all right, and those are all scatter plots. And over the course of this chapter, we're going to be able to see, drawing lines of best fit through that, all sorts of fun stuff. But, anyways, today we're going to be talking about response and explanatory. So, what is our response? What is our explanatory? Now, in science, you guys have different definitions. I don't know, there's something about dry yeast, or I can't remember what it's called. But you've got to remember for stats what a response and an explanatory is. Now, first off, your response is your y, and your explanatory is your x. That's all you need. Now, I hope that you guys are appreciating your shorter notes. I probably removed like 3 pages of notes upon request, and I'm only putting in the basics, all right, and some other examples. So, explanatory should be hopefully easy to memorize because it's got the X in it, right? Explanatory. And your X should explain your response. So your X value should explain your Y value, all right? So let's just take a couple looks at this, right? If we look at a couple examples, and you guys asked for some examples, more examples, so here you got it. Label the response variable and an explanatory variable. Okay, so does getting less sleep affect your grades? Well, what would explain the response? What would explain things? Well, hopefully you'd say sleep would explain my grades, right? So less sleep will explain my grades, right? How much sleep I get will explain what my grade value is. Okay? So sleep is actually my explanatory and grades is my response. Okay? B. Listening to loud music while young could affect your hearing when older. Hmm. All right. Which is your response and which is your explanatory? All right. Well, once again, I would say music is my explaining my hearing, right? We're trying to say, does music explain my hearing? All right, I think so. And then lastly, okay, a cause of possible cancer is holding your pee. All right, now I don't want a whole bunch of people raising up 3 fingers now all of a sudden. All right, I don't know if this is true. I heard it in a movie, Liar Liar, and everything with Jim Carrey has got to be true. Cause of possible cancer is holding your pee. So, which one explains the response? Well, holding your pee would be my explanatory, right? And cancer would be my response. Okay, maybe that should be a good research project for some of you guys. Does holding your pee cause cancer down the road? All right, let me know. All right, so you guys kind of understand what your explanatory and your response is. All right, displaying relationships. Now, I kind of already discussed with you what a scatter plot is. It's really the best way of displaying relationships that we have in statistics. And so we are going to have to practice with, our x, y, being able to plot, right? So here are a few important things on how to make a scatter plot, all right? And just in case you haven't, all right, we should have that, right? First of all, obviously what we already talked about, decide which variables should go on each axis, all right? So your explanatory and your response, right? Remember the explanatory, and you guys see my clever writing. I'm so clever. Clever. All right. You see the X there? I put the X there. Yeah, okay. Explanatory variable goes on the x-axis, response is the y. And then label your scale and axes. Now, I cannot tell you this enough, but Mr. Sheevy's got to take points away from you. If you do not label your axes, I got to take points away, so please do so. And then finally, plot individual data values. And just as a little reminder, now some of us, we might think it's a little elementary, okay? But x comes before y. Can you see that, or is my picture blocking it? Oh, why do they have to have such a big head? All right, let's try that again. Oh, now it's getting ugly. All right, here we go. Trust me, this will be worth it. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. X and Y. How can we remember that X comes first in our coordinate pair? Well, I like to sing a song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Sing it for me! A, B, C. Okay. Right? X comes first. X then Y. My son can sing this song for crying out loud. Certainly you can get your X before Y. And guess what? In a three-dimensional world, we have another dimension. X, Y, and Z. Yes, they name it for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why it's alphabetical. It's not by happen chance. All right. All right, moving on. All right, now, so we're going to practice plotting. Okay. And so I've got, you can see a few. There's just a hint. Can you see the hint right down here? Oh, and you guys are like, I really would like to see that. But just as a quick little review, and I know it's probably already labeled as your axes because I don't forget to label my axes. Ever. But body weight and backpack weight. Here's this little survey, the story problem is about, do bigger people tend to carry around bigger backpacks? All right. So the larger you are, does it increase, how much you can carry? Do short people, and don't make me sing a song about short people, man. Mr. Lilly, if you know the song Short People by Randy Newman, sing it for them right now. Just pause it and sing. Don't want no short people. Don't want no short people. Don't want no short people around here. That's bad. Okay, anyways. I guess I kind of sang it for you, but I'm sure Mr. Lilly knows short people. But imagine you're short and small. Can you carry a big backpack around? Probably not, right? You might be able to carry like one of those lunch bags or something. All right. No offense. All right. Anyways, remind me. I have a good video. Remind me on Thursday. I've got a video of our quartet singing "Short People." I should show that to you. That's a good one. Okay. Anyways, oh, sidetrack. It is a block day. I mean, I can like really waste the time. Okay. Anyways, so response and explanatory. Which would explain my response? And I guess I'm kind of attempting, sorry, not tempting. I'm attempting and I'm saying that body weight would be my X, correct? It would explain my backpack weight. All right. So first label, which is your X and your Y, and then graph. Okay, so take some time here, graph this out. If I was to do this, I would say our 120-pound person. So I go to 120 pounds, and I go up to 26. They can carry a 26-pound backpack, and I plot that point. All right, and then there's another person who weighs 110 pounds. Well, they can carry a 26-pound backpack. Plot these points out. Get yourself a graph, and we'll talk. Maybe you want to pause it for a second. All right, if you didn't pause it, then hopefully you're a fast plotter. We're going to move on to the next one. All right, so now we got to interpret scatter plots. And I've got supposedly 3 minutes, so I might take this on to another video. All right. But interpreting scatter plots. In chapter 1, we learned this thing. It's a great thing to not forget. Don't leave home without your socks, right? And that's how we described a histogram, a dot plot, shape, center, spread, and outliers, right? Your socks. Okay. So with lines, we're going to use a few different things, okay? Because we're messing with 2 variables. We're messing with an X and a Y now. So socks only is usually like 1-dimensional, right? But now we're messing around with 2 dimensions, an X and a Y. And so we're going to look for 3 other things. All right, we are looking for direction, form, and strength. Okay, it kind of sounds like me. Okay, strength. And I'm sorry, guys. I am currently. It is 6:30 in the evening. I have been here since 6:30 in the morning. I'm about tapped out right now. So, so direction, form, and strength. So direction tells me whether I'm going up or down. All right. Form tells me, hey, is this fitting like a line? Is it fitting maybe a parabola or nonlinear? Okay. Strength tells me how well it's fitting. All right. And then outliers, hopefully we can take a look at that. I'm going to go back to that previous slide, and we have this here, right? I'm going to pick, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, there does seem to be a pattern here. All right. There does seem to be a pattern. It does seem to fit like a pattern, kind of like that, doesn't it? I see a pattern. All right. Well, first of all, what would be the direction? Well, this certainly seems to be going up, right? Going up as you walk along. Actually, no, for you guys it'd be this way, right? As you're walking along, okay, you're going up. So I would say direction is positive. Form. Does it seem like it fits a line? Does it seem like maybe something else would fit it? Here I would say a line seems to fit, so I would say it's linear. Okay. And I'm about out. Okay, I would say it's linear. Maybe it could be, parabola. We don't know too much. It could be a parabolic shape. But I would say it's linear. So, and then strength. And strength is where we might have to start picking up in the later video here. And why don't we pick up strength here in episode 2 of our lesson. All right, maybe you guys want to do a magic trick or something here. And you can learn about strength. Mr. Lilly probably can't teach you about strength.